Hey, what's up, everybody? It's GW. You guys know who I am. I don't really need an introduction, and I know you guys are awesome too for watching this video. Couple things. I was not at work today, and I took off a little bit last week. Me and my wife celebrated 15 years of wedded bliss. Now, that's a milestone, and it was also pretty cool because it was 15 years on the 15th of September. Go figure that out. Now that only comes around once in a lifetime, you know. So took some time off, spent time with her, and I didn't get a chance to come on here, guys, and do a movie review. But in the wake of the anniversary, a lot of things have been going on in our life, and not all of it's good, guys. Um, the reason I've been a little lacking in the video review department is for a number of reasons. One, since my last video, my parents have had roadblocks. My mom has sprained her ankle and cannot walk. They actually postponed a trip to Greece. My dad had a bad allergic reaction to something multiple times, and it starts to worry you guys after a while. Now, I know I may have hinted on this in my last review, but I really want to go into it in this one. On top of that, I have an Uncle Mickey who's pretty awesome for the most part. He is in the hospital. He has an infection in his shoulder, and it's pretty bad, guys. It's down to the bone. So there is hope for him. This is not life-threatening, but it's certainly up on the scale there. Um, I had another incident happen to me 2 days ago, and I'm going to go into some backstory about this so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Whenever I was little, I had an Aunt Mary, and my Aunt Mary was married to what I would consider, then my Uncle Jeff. My Uncle Jeff was like a big, Grizzly Adams type guy, and he wanted to just drink beer and watch Steeler games and then go, hang out in the woods. That was his deal. And whenever we were little, he scared you. His very physical presence. He was a big, burly, heavy set giant, and he scared you with his presence when you're a kid. Anyway, I liked the guy, and he eventually left my Aunt Mary. There was a big squabble, and I don't know exactly what happened, and I don't care to know what happened. But about less than a month ago, guys, my mom tells me that he has stage 4 lung cancer. And I'm going, okay, that's weird because the guy never smoked a day in his life, right? And he didn't. He didn't smoke cigars, didn't smoke cigarettes, didn't smoke anything, guys. And then they moved him to hospice. And yesterday, he passed away. Now, I was always cool with the guy. Whenever I'd see him, I'd make the effort to go say hi and everything, even though he was separated, from the family. And I don't know why. When I found out he passed away yesterday, I don't know why, and I can't explain it to you guys. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. And I think it's because those people that are in your childhood mean something to you later on in life. So between that, my Uncle Mickey, and just general stuff, I didn't get any sleep last night. And I would have came to work today for all the people that know me, but I literally was a mess. I've had no sleep. I was up for, I don't even know. I was up since about 3:30, 4 o'clock yesterday morning. I don't even know, guys. But in the meantime, like I said, I wanted to touch you guys, get you guys all up to speed about why I didn't release a video. And, I know that I looked at my subscriptions, and there's 47 people. And to me, that's like the whole world, because if 47 people are paying attention to you, then that means you're doing something right. So I wanted to thank everybody again for all your patience with me, as well as all your support. Now I wanna talk about a couple other things entertainment wise, since we're out of the drama area. Um, as I told you in the beginning of this video, was our anniversary. Now my wife, God love her, she did the gag where there was water coming out of the bathroom, and there was little bottles of water. So she sent that to her boss. So I thought that was cute, and she got me. I never saw that one coming, and I give her kudos. Um, Speaking about my wife, and anniversaries, one thing I got to tell you guys, if you guys are young, or getting together, or someone who's, young and engaged, and they have fights and everything, the one thing that you will find out is that when you get married or you're in a serious relationship, and listen to me, guys, this is very important, is the fact that sometimes when you get in a fight, the other person to you doesn't mean much because they've angered you. When your anniversary comes, there's something weird. It washes over you and it says, look, you guys have been together this long. You know, there's something special there. And it makes you want to hug the other person a little bit tighter because they have weathered the storm with you. And not a lot of people think that way. I know people that think that, hey, I'm getting kissed because I'm her boyfriend. Or, this stuff is supposed to happen type mentality. And it's not, guys. It's really not. So again, I wanted to thank my wife for 15 years of wedded bliss, because sometimes, even in the nastiest fights, you love her because your heart hurts. And she knows she loves you because she's saying the most nastiest stuff. And it's just human nature. Um, so that's that. I did play Steel Rising. And I played it, and I played it on the easy mode and assist mode. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I am kind of tired of the struggle bus, where you have to fight enemy after enemy after enemy, level up, fight the same enemies, and eventually, after a week or 2 weeks, you fight the boss who's a level 15, right? And you're a level 6. And so many of these games do this, and I bought it because of the easy mode, because I like games like that. But I don't like the frustration of getting somewhere and then having to fight a boss 17 and a half times in a row to beat the thing. I'm done with that. Now, speaking of that, Team Ninja has released, Team Ninja, the same guys that put out Ninja Gaiden Sigma, which I played, again, because of the easy mode. And I love those games to death. I would never play them hard. They're almost impossible, but I know there are pros out there that would jump on that chance and say, hey, you're not a real gamer if you don't play them on play them on hard mode. I got news for you, dude. My nerves are shredded as is. Okay, I'm a married guy. I have frustrations at the yin yang. I don't need some boss who kicks the living crap out of me in 5 seconds before I even get to make a move. With that being said, so I bought Still Rising, and the plot of it is really ridiculous, but it's done in such a genuine manner. Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, Still Rising. So anyway, the story is quite interesting. It's ridiculous, but it works, and I would not believe critics on this one. First of all, you play a humanoid robot back in the Revolutionary era, where they did all the Clockwork stuff, the gears and all that mess. That's when technology was sort of at its infancy. And what happens in the game is King Louis goes mad and creates an army of these Clockwork robots, which are really fun on easy mode to trash and bash, to take over Paris and basically destroy any hope of any of his citizens getting independence. And it's your typical Dark Souls game type frame where you level up, you get more power, you make your weapons better, you can actually forge or incorporate frost, fire, and a couple other elements into these weapons. And again, you have certain different classes to choose from: a dancer, bodyguard, alchemist. There's one other one. Um, but anyway, I really enjoyed the game. it's ridiculous on all fronts, but it works in the fact that on easy mode, when you fight the bosses, and critics of this game have really trashed the boss encounters, I actually have played Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, and everything. I actually like the boss encounters because they're creative. Their attacks are pretty wicked, but I would not want to go into this game, playing it normally because there are robots everywhere, guys. And I mean, like, you could be surrounded by a couple of easy robot dogs and a giant robot, you know, masher. Very fun. If you're looking for a Dark Souls experience without frustration, without the actual, I want to throw the controller out the window deal, do it. This game had me hooked. I beat it in 3 days, and I'm telling you guys, it's a fun ride if you don't take it seriously and you just want to bash some robots. And I thank Spider Interactive, who put the game out, for making an easy mode. And I know I'm going to get trashed because people say, well, you didn't play it the right way. I don't care. I played it the way I wanted to. I bought it. End of story. So I beat it in 3 days. And like I said, very cool game. Top Gun Maverick is coming out soon. It's already streaming now. My wife had pre-ordered the Blu-ray on Amazon Prime. So we're going to get it. A couple things before I even move on. I was telling somebody this the other day. I was never a fan of the original Top Gun, but that didn't mean I didn't like it. Top Gun actually, came out. The movie was so big, it came out with a Nintendo game when Nintendo was like just coming out, where you were a fighter pilot and you had to destroy other fighter pilots in the sky. Technical difficulty. But anyway, the game was great except for landing. You could not land that stupid plane on the aircraft carrier worth nothing. You had to be a NASA scientist to do that. And I should know because we used to have Cub Scout meetings at my house. And everybody would play Nintendo. And everybody would try to land that plane. And I think only about out of 12 of us, I think only 2 people landed the plane. It wasn't me. So, but the game was cool. You were sent to different areas, different missions to do different things. If you landed the plane, you got to the second board, and then blah, 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 blah. You had to land the plane again. So Top Gun Maverick is on its way here sometime. Now, my thoughts on the second movie are this. One, it's going to kickstart 80s nostalgia, and it's just going to ride a wave until, something new pops out. I mean, think about it. You have Cobra Kai, based off the Karate Kid from the 80s. You have, you had in this last couple years, a new Rambo film drop. Now you have Top Gun Maverick. And it just seems like, what's the next itinerary or iteration of 80s nostalgia? Ghostbusters is already kind of halfway there, So, my thoughts on the new movie are this. If done correctly, and not just for a cash and grab, then it should be good. Now, I haven't seen it. I've heard nothing but good things about it. The one interesting, weird thing that I did hear about it was that the fact is that somebody interpreted this movie as Maverick is dead, and this is his dream. The plot of the movie, I guess, follows somewhat in the original. It takes a cue from it. So we're just going to wait and see. Some movies, believe it or not, guys, get me real excited. And, you're bored, and then all of a sudden, like, the adrenaline kicks in, something happens in the movie, and you're crazy about it, and you want to watch it again. So I'm hoping that Top Gun Maverick is definitely an A+, because it looks cool, probably sounds cool in the sound system, and it might kickstart the idea of where everybody wants to be an F-15 fighter pilot. So I will definitely let you guys know. I've already promised people I would movie review that, and my wife might be in on it with me too, because she's a big Tom Cruise fan, bigger than me, So there's that. Been listening to a lot of Slipknot. because it kind of helps, you know, with the frustration and then stuff I've been going through. And I don't know. I really like them. I'm actually getting their new CD. You know, what else is going on? VHS 94 apparently got reviewed, and it is not the most stellar of the bunch. In fact, I think people have compared it to VHS Viral, which again, I don't. I didn't really like that iteration, but I am gonna have to watch this one to see if it's close. You know, um, and I guess in closing, what I could say is, you know, that at least me and Dawn, you know, our prayers and sympathies go out to the Boozy family for losing a former member of their family. Uncle Jeff was a great guy, and I can't even I can't say enough about someone that has been in your childhood that passed away that was always awesome to you. I can't do it, guys. I just can't. But he was great, and he was always cool with me, and that meant something to me looking back. Um, and for my fans, I just wanted to say, hey, you know, this is what's going on because I don't want to leave you guys hanging. And I know there's a ton of people that have been concerned about me. You know, Casey, Emily, you know, Josh, you know, John, you know, everybody that I was down with, Jackie Carson, you know, who's awesome. You guys should check her out. She's pretty cool, very cool. Uh, you know, just everybody across the board, you know. And my family, my extended family, watches my videos too. So, you guys, I hope I didn't keep you guys waiting. I hope you guys understand that life will knock you down. Life will kick the living crap out of you. But at some point, you have to, you know, try. You know. Um, Other than that, I really don't. Oh, one more thing. I do want to. One more thing. Halloween Ends. Everybody was asking me about this because I was on the ball last year about Halloween Kills. Halloween Ends is going to air on Peacock. And this will be the final entry in the Danny McBride trilogy. Now, a lot of people are speculating that it'll be the end of the Halloween movies. I do not believe so. Because Halloween is also a cash cow when it comes to horror flicks, and I think that they're going to milk this. They're going to keep going with this. They're going to do it in different itinerary or iterations. I keep saying that word wrong. And I think also that they might take the franchise in a new direction. Now, speaking of Halloween, October 2nd or somewhere's around there, Shout Factory last year had put out all 5 of the previous Halloween films. Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, Halloween 4, The Revenge of Michael Myers, and Halloween 5, The Curse of Michael Myers. I believe that's the way they are. I can't remember. Anyway, so the deal was they were going to put out the last couple. You know, the one with Busta Rhymes, Halloween H2O, you know, Halloween 20 years later, but there was one other one. So anyway, in order to get these 3 videos, guys, you have to buy the $100 and some box set that's coming from Shout, because Shout is only going to offer those films in a 3 collection DVD set. And it's worth it because there is a lot of extras on there. I was very surprised at the first 5 that they put out. And you guys want to see something really ridiculous sometime, watch the TV cut of Halloween 2 that's on one of these DVDs. Halloween 2 on Halloween 2. Watch it. It's ridiculous, especially when you look up how ridiculous the cuts are in this film. I mean, there's cuts that don't make sense. There's cuts that air way after the scenes that they should have. And it's a total mess. So if you ever guys want to see a train wreck of a film, you look at Halloween 2, the TV cut. It's ridiculous. And it's probably the silliest cut ever put together. Um, so definitely look those up if you're a Halloween fan, or if you like horror films, or if you just want the exclusive producer's cut of, I think it's Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, or something like that. It's the one where they do the whole Thorn thing, and there's there's a 45-minute backstory that they cut out of the original theatrical print, and I've never seen it, and I'm kind of curious to see it. Also, on my Google News feed, in closing, there was a comparison between Jaws the movie and Jaws the book. I remember reading Jaws the book as a kid, and they did take a lot of stuff out. They took out the affair that Matt Hooper had with Ellen Brody. They took out the fact that the orca comes back to port every night after it goes out hunting for the shark. See, in the movie, that boat stayed out there. And in the movie, there was no affair. There was also the mayor. You guys remember the mayor. He wanted to keep the beaches open and all this. He was tied to the mafia. They took that subplot completely out of the book. There was also another ending where Hooper actually gets eaten by the shark, and Quint fires a couple of not torpedoes, harpoons into the shark. Right, bam, bam, bam. One of them gets tied around his leg, and he gets drugged under with the shark. Sort of a tribute to the Moby Dick, ending with Captain Ahab with the harpoon. And it just made me think, like, say that they would have filmed all those scenes, right? You wonder how much more intense that picture would be, And I know that's going to be the mark of my career when I told you guys about the Alex Kintner deleted scene. And people have commented on that, and very quickly I want to say, yes, a lot of you are right, because it was in an alternate version of the TV version. However, that TV version you cannot find anywhere. It's not on the 40th edition DVD. So what I'm hoping is going to happen, guys, because this is a franchise who up until 3 and 4, so the first 2 were pretty much great, right? I hope what they do one day is they go back to the archives and they get with Spielberg, right? And they get with, Peter Benchley, and they get with all the people that were involved if they're still alive. Because I think Peter Benchley's dead, so that would probably not be a good idea. But you get Steven Spielberg, you get Universal Productions, right? And you dig through the archives, and you find everything, right? And you put that on a 60th edition Blu-ray, because that is one of the movies that would deserve, even if it's like a crappy negative filmed in Super 8 film, let me see what you shot. Because had that scene been in the film, instead of just in some crappy TV version, would have been much more terrifying. Because I know, like I said, at first, it probably appeared in magazines, in the 70s promoting the film. It probably appeared in the TV guide in the newspaper, but it never appeared on the film. And it bums me out, because I think it's one of those deals where they had to cut it to get a PG rating. And a lot of you are right. A PG rating in the 70s was equivalent to a PG-13 now. Of course, an R rating back then is like a PG now. So times have surely changed. The amount of gore and blood and profanity has changed in films because people have become immune. I mean, look at the Wolf of Wall Street. Look at how much stuff that thing had in it. And it got an R. Showgirls didn't have nearly as much, but had a little bit more nudity. Got the dreaded NC-17. That's something to think about. So my point is that I just wanted to tell you guys what's up, give you a brief synopsis about that, and let you guys know that what's been going on with me. Because you guys are always cool, at work. You guys stop me. You guys talk to me. You guys let me know what's up with you. But that's what's up with me. So I'm going to hope to sleep tonight. I'm going to hope to chill out. But I don't know. I've just had a lot on my mind, guys. And I want to thank you guys for listening. So peace.